Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Kassie Vasellas, and joining me tonight is Jason Agnoli, an instructor for Comm 197. Thank you so much for coming in today, Jason. So we're going to kind of get the basics out of the way. So what are your year, major, and involvement at Penn State?
Yeah, so I'm already a fourth-year student. Can't believe it myself, senior, graduating in May. I'm a marketing major, economics minor. So in the business school, a little bit liberal arts with economics minor. And I'm also involved in the sports business club. I'm the vice president there. Every week we bring in professionals from the sports industry, talk about their job, what they do, cover everything from teams to physios to trainers to salespeople, cover a lot of different stuff. And then, of course, cover a Formula One podcast. I'm a co-host with a few other of my friends, Lights Out Latest. So we cover everything about Formula One. And then the class, too, with students teaching students, where I teach about Formula One.
Yeah, so you talked about the class. Can you kind of give a description of what you teach in there?
Yeah, so it covers every single aspect of Formula One. It's engineering, history, media, finances, and Formula One is so unique and complex because of two things. One, it's an engineering sport where you're actually able to build your own car and develop it throughout the season and make it better, make improvements to it. You don't see equipment being improved during the season. Like in football, you can't make a better ball, it's just the ball. But in Formula One, you can make a better car. And the other side of it is Formula One's a public company. So you know all the finances, you know all the inside out of it. So there's already so much information about Formula One. And to be able to take all that and as a fan and now a teacher, teach that to other students has been an incredible experience.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. So you talked about it being in the Students Teaching Students program. So what exactly is that program?
So Students Teaching Students was founded in 2020, so right after the pandemic. And it's a program where students can apply to teach their own course. So the process would look like, first you'd do a proposal, hey, what subject do you want to teach? Then you'd fill out a formal application. You'd have to find a faculty member to back you up, since as a student, you can't list your own course, online path for students. But once you find a faculty member to back you up, you come up with the syllabus, you come up with the lesson plans, you come up with the assignments, projects, everything you plan to teach. And then that goes to Students Teaching Students, which is a student org. And then if they approve it, then you go ahead into learning how to teach and marketing the course. So the course gets marketed after approval, and then after it's marketed to students so they can enroll, you go to the Schreier's Center for Teaching Excellence, where teachers learn how to teach. And then after going through this huge, big process, you finally get to teach your own course.
Right. So it seems like you have a lot of other commitments. Like you said, you're in the podcast, you're in the executive board. So how do you balance all of those commitments while teaching the class?
There's a lot of things I'm involved in, and thankfully now I'm a part-time student. I was able to come in summer semester, get some stuff forward with that, and then come in with some AP credit, dual enrollment credit out of high school. And then I've taken over the standard amount of credits every semester, over 15 every semester. So now my final 2 semesters, I'm a part-time student, so I could do more of everything else, more of Formula One class, more of sports business club, more of internships. I'm also an intern for the football team. I'm a stadium operations intern. So everything to do with credentialing, planning, game day, live events type of stuff I help out with.
And then you mentioned how you are a senior. So what does the future of this class look like once you graduate?
So thankfully, the class doesn't end here. I'm actually not the first person to teach it. There was 2 other teachers, Chase and Dan, super incredible, who founded the course, and I took it over. It's only grown. It used to be 15 students, and we just got full enrollment every semester. And so we expanded to 40 students. And that was kind of risky because we're like, wow, there's no way we're going to have 40 people sign up. Every semester, we've been 40 students. In fact, for next semester, spring, we're already fully enrolled. So the future, what it looks like is right now, me and AN, he's my co-instructor, we teach the course. After I graduate, I already have somebody lined up willing to teach. And it's incredible to be a part of this legacy that is the Formula One class and the largest Students Teaching Students course at Penn State.
That's awesome. And how does teaching this class kind of help you for your future, knowing that you want to work in F1 or motorsports?
Yeah, it's really interesting to see kind of the depth that Formula One has and how much goes into it. and then be able to absorb all that and communicate it to students. It really helps me fully understand and keep up to date on the sport. I mean, I would anyways as a fan, but having to teach it to others, I really need to know what is right and what is not right. So it definitely helps with my knowledge, helps me demonstrate my knowledge of the sport, and helps me communicate all the different parts of the sport to people that might not know as much. Or I imagine in a job interview down the line, I could say I literally taught a class about this and explain some of the things I learned about Formula One.
Right, and it seems like something that you really enjoy. So do you have any favorite memories from teaching so far?
Teaching is very interesting. One, I'm a student, so I'm already in tune with that vibe of like students and what they're going through. But then also some of the funny things that happen, like it's a sport. So we get everybody from super fans to people that never heard about Formula One. The most fun moments is when we have fans like of opposing drivers that don't like each other. So I had to shut down like arguments in class because of that before. It's also been interesting because you hear about ChatGPT and, oh, teachers got to deal with ChatGPT cheating. And we've definitely had situations where I had to deal with that. So I'm like, oh my gosh, my professors are so hard on this. And then now I turn around and teach my own class, and now I have to face the same problem my professors face. So two of my favorite moments, kind of a funny one and kind of difficult one that a lot of teachers are dealing with today.
Wow. All right, well, it seems like it's a lot of fun, so thank you so much for coming in and talking to us about this class. We really appreciate it. Now stick around because coming up next, Caitlin and Kaylee will have the latest news from across the nation. Stay tuned.